one of the most electrifying performers the world has ever seen. He's raised hundreds of millions of dollars for charity and sold more than 200 million albums.
You were scared, weren't you?
It wasn't just a video, just a lot of abstract, craziness that doesn't make sense.
I tell you,
Yes, Michael?
I'm not like other guys.
Of course not. That's why I love you.
Michael Jackson gave the world some of the most unforgettable performances in music history. Stadiums full of people screaming his name, watching him move like no one before him. That's the image most people carry. But there's another side to his story that doesn't come up nearly as often. The side where he's cracking up, cracking jokes, and just being goofy. That's what we're digging into today.
Watching the video of you in the early years, did that bring back memories for you?
It made me giggle.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen that footage in a long time.
Yeah.
And it brings back memories, yes. Me and my brothers, who I love dearly.
Yeah.
And it's just a wonderful moment for me.
Yeah. I saw you laugh when you saw yourself singing Baby, Baby, Baby.
Yeah, because James Brown, I think James Brown is a genius, you know, when he's with the Famous Flames, just unbelievable.
Let's start with 1993, one of the biggest television moments of his career. Oprah Winfrey sat across from him for an interview watched by millions, and it went to some heavy, personal places. Still, if you go back and watch it closely, you'll catch him laughing. Not big, booming laughter, more like these quiet, almost shy little chuckles that slipped out between the tough questions. For a few seconds at a time, the superstar image cracked open, and you got to see a regular guy who just found something funny.
Watch him be invested and involved in the project.
Okay, Bruce? Yes, sir. Rehearsed and Michael was great. We can do this. Are you ready to shoot? Yep.
Okay, guys, let's shoot this up. All right, here we go. Ready? We are rolling.
Stand by. And action. Bogey.
What do you want me to do, count three like they do in the movies?
Now, think about what was happening off-camera during the making of videos like Thriller and Smooth Criminal. People who danced alongside him, who choreographed those routines, have talked about how different he was once the cameras stopped rolling for a break. Sure, he had a reputation as a relentless perfectionist, but in between takes, he was the guy cracking jokes, making people laugh, keeping the whole set feeling loose and fun instead of tense. Comedy actually meant a lot to him, especially the old stuff. He grew up admiring performers like Charlie Chaplin, and he'd study how they pulled off physical comedy, getting a laugh purely through movement, no dialogue needed. People close to him say he'd occasionally break into an impression of one of these classic entertainers, just goofing around, just because it was fun for him.
See why we can't wear Bruce? Everybody fixing their hair, straightening their Bruce curling his mustache.
Right, dude. You gotta get that.
You're supposed to act like the camera isn't.
That's right. It's invisible.
It is. I mean, it isn't.
What camera?
That was 7. My dues, Dave?
Even inside the recording studio, the mood wasn't always heavy. Engineers and producers who spent time in sessions with him remember plenty of moments where somebody would flub a line, hit the wrong note, or throw in some ridiculous ad-lib, and the whole room would lose it laughing. He took his craft seriously, no question, but he also knew how to let go and just enjoy himself while making the music.
Hotel. Remember when we had that pillow and you signed it and you were encouraging the fans and then you threw it out the window? Why did you do that?
I did that because I write messages on them, because they sleep out there, and they're cold. I take all the covers in the hotel late at night, I throw them out, and I give them cover, and I give them pillows.
Well, you give them blankets so they can keep warm?
Yeah, keep warm. They go, thank you, Michael, we love you so much. I said, it's cold out here. You guys are just sitting in the cold. And we like huddled up together, and
His film work wasn't immune to this either. Long shoot days bring long lists of mishaps, missed marks, blown lines, moments where everybody on set just couldn't keep a straight face. These weren't staged bits for the cameras. They were the same kind of ordinary human mistakes that happen on any set, famous star or not.
when it comes to distributing cookies, we get to see children's real personality. Here, come here. Prince, over here, before I grind you into hamburger. No! You want the cookie? You behave. Here. Okay, here's the cookie. Paris, you want some of this? Here we go.
7. At home, the people who knew him best remember a dad who genuinely loved making his 3 kids, Prince, Paris, and Blanket, laugh. Every so often, the public got a small window into that side of him, a goofy wave, a big exaggerated face, a real laugh shared with his children. It was a completely different energy from the guy commanding a stadium, someone who, once the spotlight was off, just wanted his kids smiling. Friends and collaborators over the years have plenty of stories about his mischievous streak too, whether he was pulling a prank on someone close to him or trading jokes right before walking out on stage. He had a reputation for keeping things light, even in the middle of some of the busiest stretches of his career. Most of the public never saw this part of him. It stayed reserved for people he actually trusted. Even in front of tens of thousands of fans, he'd find little pockets of joy in the middle of the show, reacting to a sign someone held up in the crowd, cracking up at something unexpected, sharing a grin with someone in the band mid-performance. None of it was planned or rehearsed. These were just small, real flashes of happiness woven into some of the most intense shows ever put on.
There seems no hope at all. But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall. Well, let us realize, oh, the change will only come when we stand together as one.
For years, the headlines chased the spectacle, the record-breaking numbers, the controversies, the drama. But the people who actually spent time working with him tell a different story. They describe someone warm, funny, easy to be around once you got past the larger-than-life persona. That's not the version of him that usually made the front page, but it's the version so many of his collaborators hold on to.
Love is expression that I've learned to live and cheese out of my life. I love you. I love you. indecision and cry.
At the end of the day, when his name comes up, people usually go straight to the music, the choreography, the cultural impact. But underneath all of that was someone who genuinely loved to laugh and loved making the people around him laugh too, even while carrying a life that was rarely simple. It's a good reminder that even the biggest icons in the world are still just people chasing a reason to smile.
I'm sorry, Chip. Is he in the light? His shoulders. The interview did not go any further.
So next time Michael Jackson crosses your mind, don't just picture the king of pop. Picture the laughter that lived behind that legend and the warmth that existed behind the biggest stage in the world.